salsa will kick off, and we'll get this game started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Off to the lone back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good 3rd down situations, execute on 3rd down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Racing down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And they line up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Miranda. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. The give to the back. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. Let's talk for just a second here about Tulsa. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Converts on 4th down, still going. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. Tulsa seems to have the whole playbook working. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Makes it past the marker. At midfield, he's got room. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
He's got it on the right. Breaks into the open. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, the offense is humming now, and you're seeing they can generate explosive plays in a variety of ways. They had the big run on the previous play. That time they're able to take a shot. Everything they're dialing up right now is working beautifully.
The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal?
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Man, really good job by this defense staying positive. They gave up a bunch of yards, got down towards the shadow of their own goal line. 2 straight passes, 2 incompletions, trying to just get off the field here with only giving up 3 points.
It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown Sooners! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he's going to bring this one out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Makes the catch. It's Fox. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, fortunate to get it back.
And that's why these guys play defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on third down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time, and obviously executed well.
With the catch, it's Fox. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
The Golden Hurricane needing a big play to keep this drive going. It's caught downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Toss to the outside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Quick strike complete. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
They go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. Look out on the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this tight end, he's a weapon. We've seen it, right? He can get downfield. He can make plays vertically in the passing game. So this defense was aware of that. Nice job in coverage swatting that one away.
Catch in the middle, it's Fox. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from first down. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Just keep slinging it. That's caught. It's Fox. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Simple call, excellent execution, moves the sticks on third down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game conditions. Great job with the timing, great job with the depth and the route. Nice work between those two.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. He rifles one deep down the middle. Makes the grab on the right. Touchdown, Tulsa. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll immediately call timeout. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
What a great job defending the comeback there by the defender, right? He was able to squat, transition, break on the ball, and knock it down. Could not have played that better.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Looks it in at the 40. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Stepping to the right. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense in an empty set. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
The Golden Hurricane needing a huge chunk play to convert on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He'll need to unleash his thunderfoot on this 56-yard attempt from the right hash. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Get another look at this Tulsa offense. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Running into the open space. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Just something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Bring in the heat. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Rushes on him. Finds a man on the left. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Tulsa with the playbook wide open here on second and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to sling it on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Tulsa trying to move the chains on third and short. Making side adjustments here. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Finds us back in the middle. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Power football with the run. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air on second down. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man quickly. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. Third in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that third down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
The Golden Hurricane to the line, facing second and short. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Tulsa trying to power ahead on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on throw, and that leads to the interception.
So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He has to take care of the football on this drive. You just can't survive throwing 3 picks in a game. Tulsa pinned deep in its own end, trying to find a little breathing room on first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Hauls it in. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Golden Hurricane might just throw this thing deep on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Finds his target down the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only 1 play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Calls his own number. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time, they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. To the air on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The running back has it. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Sooner.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. The sure hands, it's Fox. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The snap sets up the throw. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
And a nice play by the defense. Third and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass, and giving no space for the offense.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Might be calling a hot route. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. There he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's got it again. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to run for it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Give to the running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Tulsa trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Key. Unloads to the wideout. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up, make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking downfield on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Thanks to grab. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game.
Turning it on. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
And back to the air on second down. Right on target this time. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. One more play to pad the stats. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. Guys, this is a story we see every